I'm told that as well as there are those who like to go out and do yoga, there are those who pay even more to go out and do what they call hot yoga. And they turn the thermostat all the way up, and you do this in the heat, and you sweat. I thought we would try hot church. What do you think?
Wasn't a good idea.
What happened is the very smart folks who put our new AC unit put a sensor in so that we would never again have an overflow of water, and that would cause more damage. Well, the sensor was a little too sensitive. The can got this much water, and it shut the whole thing off. So they're fixing it now. By the time we leave here, it might be 2 degrees less. But next week it will be. What we hear in this morning's gospel is the call of the first apostles. Having gone through now the whole of the Lenten season, celebrating the great feast of Pascha and the Ascension and Pentecost, we kind of start the whole story over again from the very start. And we hear the very beginnings of the public ministry of our Lord. And he goes out and he calls 2 sets of brothers. He doesn't necessarily go out in search of the richest men. Maybe he doesn't go out in search of the most well-educated men. He goes after 4 fishermen, 4 ordinary working men, 4 men who have worked hard with their hands. They've endured the sun and the heat. They've endured life on a boat. They know what hard work is. And these are the first 4 men Jesus chooses to call. And he calls them right out of their daily life. He didn't say, open house night, come and see. He goes to where they are. He goes to where these men are, and he summons them. He calls them. He invites them. And so captivating he must have been that these fishermen literally drop everything that they're doing. Mending nets, working with their dads. They drop everything and they go. They start a journey with our Lord in the flesh that's going to carry them for 3 more years, and a journey ultimately that's going to carry them for the rest of their lives here on earth. That call to following Christ is a call that's meant for each and every one of us. That come and see is an invitation to us all. Christ doesn't just come to us where we live. He intimately comes to us in the Eucharist. He enters into our very selves and becomes part of our flesh. This is the God who invites us to follow him. The call to discipleship is not always an easy one. The these 4 men probably had their lives all figured out. They knew what pretty much every day was going to hold. They were going to be out on the boat. They were going to be catching fish. They were going to be hauling nets. They were going to be fixing nets. They were going to be fixing the boat. They were, and on and on and on. And they gave that up. They surrendered that part of themselves. They gave up not the comfort of their work lives, because that's hard work, but the comfort of knowing in their minds what life was. Life was the sun and the storms and the sea and the boat. They knew that. And they gave it up. For uncertainty, for hiking around the Galilean countryside, listening at the feet of this man who they didn't know exactly who he even was yet, and ultimately going out to preach the gospel to the whole world. In our own ways, in our own lives, each of us is called to that very same thing. The life of discipleship is not an easy one. Sometimes we have to get out of our comfort zones. Sometimes we may be called to do something we never thought we would have to do before. Some of us may be called to face trials and tribulations, perhaps as a test of faithfulness. And yet that is all part and parcel of this call to the discipleship of our risen Lord, who loves us. To Jesus Christ be glory, both now and ever, and in the ages of ages.